Hello, hello, hello. Hey, Joe. Botissimo is like Nightbot, so it's gonna be helping me out. If it gets to be too much, then I'll do something different with it. But we have Lori from LG Homestead. We have Garden State Gardener Joe, and we have Jesus loving homesteader. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And Rebecca said she would be back just as soon as I went live. So, and now we've got Outdoors with Big Matt. We've got Christian Lutton and Lazy Days Ahead. So, either Jesse or Lisa. And Botissimo is going to welcome everyone as well.
Bautissimo.
Battissimo. And I'm still actually working with it and trying to get stuff figured out on it. However, I do have a poll going, and this is how you vote. Hey, Alicia. So we've got what is either going to be Pillow Talk with Chris, or I've thought about changing it to um, Recliner Rants with Chris. And they're going to be about 30 minutes long to start with. And they'll, as long as things are going well, then maybe we can extend them to an hour and we'll just see how things go. But we have 6 time frames that I'm looking at. And how you're going to vote is in the chat. You're going to put exclamation mark, vote, and either 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6, depending on the time that you think I should go live during that time period. So we have 6 a.m. Central Standard Time. Now all of these times are going to be Central Standard Time. So we got 0600, 0630, 0700, 0730, 0800, and 0830. And is that my lovely wife in there? No? Then how did E3 Farmstead vote for?
Me.
Oh, it's. I'm like, how did E3 Farmstead vote for?
I don't know. I just clicked in the chat. So Chris and I are playing with a different program here too. It just kind of went, yeah, it's not recognizing me as me. It's recognizing me as you.
I know, that was kind of weird. I was like, what the?
I can have some fun with this.
Right? Okay, Lori. And it has to be exclamation point and all lowercase letters, vote for. So that's how you would actually vote. Yeah, just like that. It will look like this. Whoops. And I'm actually going to switch over and see if it's tallying.
I think people are saying you get up far too early and they don't want it whenever you get up.
It's not tallying, so I may have to do something different.
Did you activate your poll?
Yeah, I mean it. So what I may have to do is, because when I was doing a test with it earlier, it showed up in the chat then, but it didn't show up in this one.
Huh.
So
you have to activate because I was playing around with it the other day too. You have to activate it every time you want to use it. So if you're going to use it on this stream, you activate it in the background, and if you're going to use it on the next stream, you activate it as well. But there should be a red button that says activate. Hey, Matt. And I apologizing. I'm having a late lunch and it's pogos. Probably the worst food I could ever eat, but it's good.
oh yeah, what are you eating?
Pogos.
Hmm.
I guess you guys call them corn dogs. We call them pogos because we don't make them from corn.
I am.
Oh, there you go. Bautissimo just said no poll open for voting.
Thank you for your vote. Can't wait to see you there. Okay. So only allow entries while stream is live. Create.
Hey, Lisa.
Hey, it's not going to let me create a poll. Well,
You know you're killing everybody in the chat, right?
huh?
You realize you're killing everybody in the chat, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I think most everybody that I've seen, though, has been around 7:30. I think most of them's been around 7:30 Central Standard Time.
Yeah.
So we will go with that. That sounds like a pretty decent time frame. From 7:30 to 8 o'clock will be recliner rants with Chris, and maybe some pillow talk as well. We'll just have to wait and see.
Depending on your mood.
Depending on the mood. Yep. All right. So I know why everybody is here. Everybody here is wanting to know what the update is.
Stay tuned tomorrow.
You'll have to wait and see. No. I did go to the doctor yesterday. The initial reason was because I had some severe night sweats where my body was just absolutely freezing cold, and I was sweating so bad I was leaving a sweat ring in the bed. So I was sweating like crazy, thinking possibly infection. Well, as we were getting around to go, I got a message from the doctor that said that he was going to go over our pathology stuff with us as well because the pathology came back on the map. So we got there and was asked, talking to the doctor a little bit about what might be going on, which he is completely stumped. So he drew some labs, and I got that lab report this morning. He has not called me with it, but I got it through my chart because they tend to post it there before at least almost, I would say, 5 to 10 hours before the doctor gets the results. I see it. So as I was looking over it, my white blood cell count's good. There's absolutely no no support of infection in my lab work, which is a plus. That's a good thing. I did not have any night sweats or cold sweats last night. Don't know what the deal is. But all my labs are good. I'm slightly probably what they would call slightly anemic. The iron in my blood's a little low, or my hemoglobin is a little low, which is what determines whether or not you're anemic. So, I mean, and it's not far low. I mean, a good meal or an iron supplement would bring that right up into the good to go. The labs were all great. The doctor said yes, the pathology came back, and it came back as an angiomyolipoma, which is benign, non-cancerous fatty tumor.
Praise the Lord.
So this whole time they told us it was cancer, it went off to pathology and came back not cancer. However, I don't know if this can be, I don't know if it's considered all good news or good news, bad news. You can take it either way you look at it. The good news is they got all of it. The bad news is that this type of tumor presents itself like cancer. So typically they don't find these until they grow so big that it starts bleeding, it starts busting blood vessels or arteries, or starts causing kidney failure. That's typically when they find them and remove them. So we found this one early, went ahead and took it out. It's not a big deal. It was, either either I lost my train of thought. Give me a second.
What it can do is present itself. This isn't the, I think what you're trying to say is it's not the only, it can attach itself to another part of his body.
Yes. So it can come back. Typically, if you have one, you can get another one. So we have to be extremely vigilant and pay super, super close attention to every one of the scans that I ever have from here on out, because it can come back in at the other kidney. It can come back on the heart, the lungs, the eyes, the brain. So pretty much whatever organ is left. Bye, Dad. Pretty much any organs that I've got left, it can potentially grow there. Because once you have one, you can always have another. Or not always, but you could possibly have another.
Or you may never have another one in your life.
Yeah. I may be one of those lucky ones that never has another one. Grow them anywhere. But they did want us to keep a very, very, very close eye out. Make sure to keep diet is a big one. I'm on a very strict, specific diet that is one kidney friendly. It is diabetic friendly. So we got it from a lot of the stuff that we got as far as recipes and stuff.
Absolutely, Alicia.
Exactly. So moving forward, just a good healthy diet, lose the weight, start to exercise more once I figure out, because I started out doing great, having not very much back pain. That's starting to come back now. So I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that I'm sitting a lot. I'm not out moving around, a whole lot. So I'm just getting stiff all the time. So that's the biggest thing. So hopefully I'll start getting up and start moving around a little bit more, because the only restriction that I have right now is not to lift anything heavy. I've been taking off all my blood pressure medications. I've been taking off my blood sugar medication. And I have been taking off all the pain pills. The diuretic, the blood pressure pills, and the blood sugar pills, I no longer have to take, because my blood sugar and my blood pressure, once we got everything squared away in the hospital, has been well within normal range.
Who says there's not power in prayer? Not saying that it's all prayer, but you had a lot of folks praying for you, buddy.
That is no lie. And the crazy thing is that as I was doing some research on the angiomyolipomas,
Mhm.
one symptom that they have is high blood pressure. One of the symptoms that you have when you have one of those is high blood pressure. I didn't go on high blood pressure medication till about 2 years ago, or about 3 years ago, when this first showed up on an X-ray.
Remember what I told you yesterday? Mine being a sister, one of my conditions being a sister to that is blood related.
Yep.
Mine has to do with the acid in my blood, and yours, there's some kind of, you'll eventually find out. But
Right. The one thing that keeps coming up that's in relation to this is what's called tuberosis sclerosis, and it's a genetic disorder that causes growth of fatty tumors in the body. We won't know till we check into it and look into it, get tested, run all those tests, and so that's basically our next step once I get back to my VA doctor and talk with her, is to try to figure out what caused it. Why it appeared? Why did it happen? What caused it? Is there, some other dis-ease associated with it that can cause this? Is it genetic? Is it not genetic? There's a lot that's we still have a very long road ahead of us. But
it's a positive road.
It is a very positive road that we will be taking.
It's a paved road. It's not a goat's path.
That's right.
And I agree, Jesse. I think you should get a bigger bell to celebrate.
Jesse says that you need to get me a little bell.
I say a big bell.
Scott says a big bell. She says not happening, guys.
Well, Amazon does deliver.
Amazon does deliver. Speaking of,
I happen to know your address.
Speaking of,
be quiet, mother.
Did you hear?
Oh, I heard.
I'll send it back.
She'll send it back. So you know the issue you had the other day with a certain delivery service? So I ordered something that got delivered today. And it was for my Nintendo Switch. It was just a bunch of different little things, that I can use for my Switch. The box was pretty well destroyed when I got it. Like, it was practically open. Yeah, it was open. Sarah said it was open. And I went through each and every little bit just to make sure everything I ordered was there. All right, Lisa, have a great day.
Bye,
You take care of yourself there too, Lisa.
Yeah,
Praying for Lisa.
Praying for Lisa. We need to show Lisa some love and send prayers her way.
I saw what kind of mess she's in. I just want to see what the other person looks like.
Ugh. I haven't seen her yet, so
Oh, she's in some pain.
yeah.
It's on Instagram.
I will. Yeah, I've got to go back through and look at it. It's. I mean, when we were on our way home, I actually told Sarah that I almost wish that it would have been
No,
the type of. Just listen.
don't put
I
choo-choo.
almost wish it would have come back the type of cancer that once you remove it, it's gone.
Mm.
There's no chance of it ever coming back. You know, I wish it would have come back that, so they could have said, hey, we got it all. There's no need to worry. It's never coming back. You're not ever going to have to go through chemo or radiation or anything like that. That would have been better news than the news that I got, for the simple fact that now it's kind of looming back there. You know, it's lurking in the background, you know, thinking, do I want to show up today? Do I want to show up tomorrow? Do I want to show up a year from now? Do I want to show up 2 years from now? You know, now that's constantly going to be in my brain or on the back burner going, okay, did it come back?
But you can't live your life worried about that, because you're going to drive yourself crazy.
Right.
Because it's not a far drive.
Not that you wish it would have been the cancer. You just wish it would have been a one and done.
Right.
Yeah.
Not that's more, I guess that's a better way to say it. Is that I wish it would have been more a one and done thing, not had to worry about it.
That's what you mean. Not that I wish I had cancer.
Yeah, it's not that I wish I had cancer. No. I wish the news would have been, you know, hey, it's a one and done thing, got it all. We no longer have to worry about it. But unfortunately, that's not the case. That's fine too. At least I know that I don't have to worry about anything, you know, unless it hits the kidney. Because if it comes on the other kidney, if it grows onto the other kidney, then that will put me on permanent dialysis.
So you can get a kidney transplant.
Until I can get a kidney transplant. Unless it is where it is and then where the other one was, and I don't know if they could put another kidney in there or not. They may have to graft in some extra veins and nerves and add a graft to the artery to kind of lengthen all of that stuff out to put the kidney in the correct location. Or we can look at, you know, if it goes to the eye, and that's true. If it goes to the eye, you know, then who knows? Maybe I can get a glass eye. That'd be kind of cool.
Well, and like I said to you, we have a family friend up here. She's got 3 of them. They were right here.
Yeah.
All they do is pull it out her nose, and, you know, it doesn't always attach itself. So, you know, I just, Alicia said that actually pretty good right there.
Yeah, nothing is really one and done.
That's right. Isn't that really nice what Sarah put on the bottom? That's just awesome.
I know, right?
Sarah is such a sweet, sweet wife.
She is. I cannot. I cannot. I can definitely say that I have one of the absolute amazing. I have an absolutely amazing wife. Now we bicker back and forth, and I aggravate the crap out of her.
That is our job. Whenever we got married, we signed on the dotted line, and it was to aggravate the hell out of them for the rest of their life.
Yes.
That's in the small print.
Oh, thanks, Craig. We are who we are. And I mean, the thing of it is that, you know, what you guys see on camera is what you get in real life. I mean, Scott's been on the phone with me before when, I mean, what you see on a Monday or a Saturday night is an everyday event for us. I mean, that's just who we are with each other. And I mean, we didn't want to put on some kind of front or, you know, some kind of, well, this is who we are. When in reality, that's not who we were. You know, we didn't want to, in front of the camera and then outside of the camera, you know, personality. We wanted one personality, ours, to just do with and go with as we please.
Let's face it, Sarah is a goober off the camera as well as in front of the camera.
Yep.
Absolutely, Joe.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely made our day. Like I said, my chart tends to get to me a whole lot faster than the doctors do. So I actually knew that it was non-cancerous before I ever left the house to go see the doctor, because I got the pathology report before I left the house. In fact, I actually got the pathology report Monday. I think I got it Monday on my chart, but I was only able to view, I was viewing it on my phone at the time, and so I couldn't quite read everything because everything was shrunk, and I was having to go to the side, you know, swipe to the left and then swipe right, like I was looking at people on Tinder or something, to try to read this report, and it wasn't making any sense, and I kept losing track. So Tuesday morning, you know, the note that the doctor put in was explain, you know, benign, non-cancer, um, explain during visit today, was the note that was put in by the doctor. So it was like, you know, you kind of get that it's not cancer, but feeling, you know. And it's like, well, what's the but? What's the but part?
Mm.
You know, you're happy, but then again, you know, you're happy that you get this news, and then, but yet you're wondering, okay, well, what else could it have been? You know, so we're happy. I still have a lot of recovering to do because my ab muscles hurt. I can't laugh. I can't cough. I can't sneeze without being in a lot of pain.
I was going to say, you can do it. We can make you
I
laugh.
can, but it hurt. It definitely hurt.
That's why you always have a pillow.
Come here and lay down.
Oh, London. What doing?
Looky right here.
Yeah, yo, Bubba. I don't want her to freak out and jump on you.
She does that every day. She walks across my stomach about 5 o'clock, 5:30 every morning.
Well, that's a good thing. It's helping protect your keg and your 6-pack.
I'm afraid it's going to bust a stitch. And I'm not worried about the ones on the outside of my body because not only did they stitch them, they glued them. So
yeah,
it's the stitch that the stitch on the artery that I'm hoping doesn't bust open.
Oh, what are you? You're 8 days post-op?
Yeah, something like that. No.
So you're
Today's Wednesday, right?
Yeah.
So surgery was a week ago Tuesday.
Yeah, so you're 8 days post-op.
So I had surgery on Tuesday. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Yeah, Wednesday. 8 days.
Yeah. Well, Tuesday to Tuesday would be 7.
Yeah.
One more would be 8.
So yeah, 8 days. Sometimes I have to use my fingers and stuff.
Hey, as long as you don't have to take off your shoes and your socks, it's all that matters.
Well, sometimes, you know, I grew up in one of those schools that if you can't count on your hands, count on your toes too.
I grew up in one of those schools that if you couldn't count on your hands, you got a ruler across the knuckles until you learned how to count with your hands.
It didn't take long for me to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Yep.
I bet it wouldn't take long either if you was getting smacked with a ruler across the knuckles. That's been crazy. Like,
Anyways,
I don't know. I will definitely continue so my next, they don't want to see me again for 6 weeks. So I go back in 6 weeks to see the nurse practitioner or whatever.
Yeah, you'll
Time, I
probably
guess.
never see that surgeon again.
Well, and he told me, he said, hopefully we don't have to see each other again. And if it does not hit the other kidney or any part of the urology spectrum, I probably won't ever see him again. If it attaches to somewhere else in the body, then I'll see somebody that's specific to that area of the body. I do know that if I was saying if it ever does happen to where it attaches to any part of the renal area or the urology, where it's the urology department that deals with it, I will recommend, or I will tell them that I will not go to anybody else but him as a surgeon.
You've got good trust right now.
I mean, literally, when we first met him, he walked in, he's like, "Hi, my name's Dr. Kim. I want to remove your entire kidney." It's like, okay.
Pleased to meet you, I think.
I mean, he does not have a very good sense of humor. I have heard that he has his moments where he can, have a good sense of humor, but for the most part, it's pretty dry.
Most of those big specialty surgeons, they're book smart. They don't know how to laugh. They know how to study. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. It's like we have friends that, work with Debbie at the hospital. Like, they would never come out. They're at home doing courses, studying. That's what they've chose to do with their life.
Yeah.
And it's not a bad thing. It's a good thing.
So for those of you who are in here who hasn't heard the story about Alicia and the whole lactating situation, was that her and Papa Jim went to the store to get some body armor, and this nice young lad decided to let them know that his girlfriend was pregnant and she'd been drinking a lot of body armor, and body armor makes you can make you lactate. Well, the day before my surgery, I drank a lot of body armor. While I was in the hospital, they gave me some medication that it was something lactate. I don't know exactly what it was called, but it had the word lactate in it, and that reminded me of that nice story. And so in my life in the hospital, I was like, so I got a medication that causes lactation, and I drank all this body armor, so I'm going to be super lactating. And I just felt that, Alicia needed to know that. Not only does body armor cause lactation, but there's a medication out there that they can give you after surgery that'll make you lactate as well. And it has lactate right in the name.
If you're lactating, my friend, you're going to make a lot of money.
Well, I had
Just
spilled
putting it out
something.
there.
I had actually spilt my water like right on that area and was like, "Look, I'm lactating."
You need some help.
It was pretty fun.
Yeah.
But guys, that's our update for the day. I will probably start Monday morning on the recliner rants with Chris. Is the plan is to start Monday morning. So be blessed, bless someone else, and we will see you guys on the next one.
Toodles.